bring joy to many people by visiting them in hospitals, care homes, and special needs schools. They are also sometimes present in police interview rooms to comfort young witnesses and victims of crime. Service animals are highly trained and highly skilled animals who perform duties and tasks for their disabled owners. Seeing eye dogs are probably the most widely recognised service animals, but other types of service animal can include medical alert dogs, trained specially to detect seizures or remind their humans to take their medications. Other service animals perform tasks which aid their owners, such as opening and closing doors, learning to dial 911 in an emergency, or grounding their owner during a PTSD attack. Service animals are most typically dogs, but can be miniature horses as well. It is current US law that service animals have public access, meaning that they are generally permitted to accompany their owners anywhere a human is permitted to be, such as on aircrafts, at the movie theatre, in restaurants and in shopping malls. Yes, this means that, on occasion, miniature horses accompany their owners on flights. It's the most bizarre but adorable sight. Service animals are not considered pets. They are considered to be medical equipment and therefore necessary to be present with their owners. Emotional support animals are not required to be highly trained or highly skilled animals, and their owners don't always have a disability. Therefore, ESAs are not service animals, but they do offer invaluable therapeutic benefit to their owners by offering comfort and companionship. Emotional support animals can technically be any pet. Yes, even bullfrogs can be ESAs, but only emotional support dogs, and sometimes cats, are permitted to fly in the cabin of an aircraft if they're well behaved. Emotional support animals are not classified as medical equipment and therefore do not automatically have public access rights. On my flight to collect Kiba, I was so excited that I hadn't realised that I was practically vibrating. I was shaking my legs, sighing, fidgeting, and glancing down at my watch every few minutes. The air hostess who came to offer me a beverage picked up on my body language and asked if I was a nervous flyer. We both laughed when I told her that I was actually just very excited to be meeting my puppy when we landed. After sipping on some ginger ale, my favourite drink, I put on my huge headphones, which are shaped like cat ears, and listened to one of my favourite albums, Levity by Dax Johnson. I began to write down some of my ideas for the book and channeled my restless pre-puppy excitement into a general outline for my personal story, Bear. This book is intended to be a celebration of the meaningful bonds and relationships humans and animals can form, and to pay homage to the many varied ways in which animals help us in our daily lives. As no two people or animals are alike, neither are these chapters. Each short story is its own entity inspired by the real friendships, discoveries, and undeniable love between the human protagonist and the animals in their lives. In the case of the short stories Buddy, Zack, Magic, and Bubbles, I've written adaptations of these true stories based on my conversations with their generous contributors. However, in the case of Bear, I've chosen to write my story factually as I remember it. No detail is altered or embellished. The chapter is written as accurately as I can remember, which makes the story a colossal tidal wave of emotion and distress. My hopes are that the chapters reflect the truth of who I am, affected by such a disorder and experiencing total freefall. Perhaps some will be able to relate. If you can, I see you. I acknowledge your struggle, and you're doing great. At the end of each chapter, I've compiled a short list of fascinating facts about the species of animal featured in the story. My hope is that, in sharing with the listener, we can visually enjoy how such different animals have made monumental and surprising impacts, and that we can, in a small way, immortalise and honour them. This book has been a true labour of love and a journey which has forced me to rise above the challenges I've faced in my personal life to complete this project. In completing Animal Kind, I have proved to myself that I am not defined by my disorder and that it does not hold infinite power over me. In this exact moment, at 12:15 p.m. on an otherwise uneventful Wednesday in the middle of nowhere, New Jersey, I feel quite proud of myself. It's a feeling I'm trying to feel more often. In truth, the greatest daily support, motivator, and reason.